There's just no denying it anymore. Tech is failing us. We've been conditioned to believe that technology is making our lives easier, more efficient, and more enjoyable. But something has dramatically shifted the last 10 years. Companies have gone from creating good products to squeezing every last drop of profit from us. Think about it. Netflix used to be a service that brought people together, providing endless entertainment options at an affordable price to beat cable companies. Now they're nickel and diming with extra fees for 4K, HDR. YouTube's ads have simply gotten crazy. Phones used to revolve around being durable and affordable, and now they just prioritize gadgets that are more expensive than a computer. Google used to be a service that just gave you good results. Now it's AI, ads, and then results. I'd rather just pose a question to summarize them, so please pause the video if needed. What's something that you used 10 years ago that you still use today that's still prioritizing you, the user? This means it stayed true to its original goals, stayed true to its pricing, hasn't implemented invasive tracking, useless AI features, or anything else. Now, this isn't foreign. Cory Doctorow calls this shifting focus towards corporate greed enshittification, the term used to describe the pattern in which online products and services decline in quality over time. The idea is vendors create high-quality offerings to attract you, the users, then they degrade those offerings over time to then serve business customers and get them in as well. And then the final step of it all is to degrade their services altogether to users and business customers to then focus on maximizing profits for shareholders. Companies are pros at doing this. When Instagram first launched, it was the clean, polished, nice alternative to Facebook, and everyone flocked to it. After the migration, then they began exploitation. Ads, attention, and money became priorities, and the platform was no longer user first. Threads is the same exact story, and they're following the same path with that as well. Enshittification has impacted almost all of us, and there are dire consequences to this that go beyond things just sucking and not being as good as they used to be. And let's talk about those. The consequences are far-reaching. We're losing touch with reality, spending more time staring at screens than engaging with the physical world. Our mental and physical health is suffering, and our relationships are being eroded by the constant distractions. To start, I want to present how good things can be. What if dating apps were designed to be deleted? What if Apple didn't kill its only pocketable one-handed phone instead of selling people on premium devices they don't need every year? What if phones could be easily repaired, like the Fairphone, so people can keep their favorite phones running forever? These all could happen and could have been the reality we chose. And besides just not having that reality, there are other consequences that are quantifiable. You are paying more each month. You can view your screen time on your phone and computer to see exactly how much time you're spending on apps. You can request your data from these companies to see just how invasive they are. You don't own anything anymore. Everything is a rental. You're less connected to people who matter to you. Political polarization and outrage is the new norm because platforms are incentivized by it. And besides the personal impacts on you, the environmental impact of running the massive data centers that powers many of these services is significant, contributing to climate change and many other critical issues in the world. This trend continues to worsen, and I want to share solutions and things that we can do to make it better after a quick message from our sponsor. Now, while the current state of tech can be frustrating, there is hope. If you're interested in a career where you can make a real difference in a digital world, consider a degree in cybersecurity from Southern New Hampshire University. Cybersecurity professionals are in high demand, working to protect individuals and businesses from some of the threats that we're exploring today. SNHU offers flexible online and on-campus programs that can help you develop the skills and knowledge needed to not just get your degree, but thrive in the field and actually contribute to a better good. They have one of the largest accredited nonprofit online degree offerings in the country. They're affordable, with their online tuition rates being some of the lowest in the country, and you might be eligible for financial aid or have previous college credits that could fast-track your degree at SNHU. Visit snhu.edu/Techlore to learn more and take the first steps towards a fulfilling career in the field where you can make a direct impact on the services that people use. And now back to the actionable steps to join the movement. I'm calling on you to be a part of this movement. Every single person who does any of the stuff I'm listing out is a part of the movement. First, try to stop the bad. We need to be aware of the products we use. take a step back and think about whether you really need that latest gadget or subscription service, or if you need to doom scroll for another 10 minutes. Movements start with you, the individual, and decisions that you make. While I fully support boycotts that encourage outright deletion of some of these services, it doesn't need to be that binary. There is a middle ground between deleting all Facebook products and using them all the time. Maybe delete it from your phone and restrict yourself to 20 minutes a day on your computer. Use that limited time to voice to others on the platform its issues. Don't just use it as you normally would. Second, now that you're slowly stopping your support for bad platforms, it's a good time to consider the more sustainable, people-first alternatives and start putting your time into those. Support them. Look for products with transparent pricing. Sustainable business models are open source, have minimal data collection. Be especially wary of things that are VC funded and or public companies with strong profit incentives, especially when there's no business model to accompany them. Alternative2.net is a fantastic resource. You can put in anything that you can possibly think of, and it'll tell you an alternative. You can filter by open source, you can filter by price model, you can just knock your socks off. It's pretty nice. I love the resource. This can mean many things, and you don't have to pick and choose only one, so I encourage people to dive into as many of these as they can. Speak up against the problematic companies. Speak up for the positive developers and services contributing to something good. Speak up to people you know and kindly educate them about some of these alternatives and why they could benefit them. Speak up to your politicians. Let them know why you're dissatisfied. Contact them directly, sign petitions, and vote for people who are willing to stand against corporate greed. All of these have varying ways of getting done. You can do them in person, face-to-face. You can do them online, even on some of the platforms we've talked about today, to voice your opinion on the platforms. And finally, speak up in communities. Start your own community to help support people on this journey, or you can always join one that already exists. We host our own open source forum that you can join for free if you want a place to get started. That's in the description, discuss.techlore.tech. We have many amazing threads and people doing incredible work there. But if you don't like our forum for whatever reason, then please start your own and do whatever you can to spread the same message. When only one person does these things, it doesn't make a big difference. But when all of you watching take some of these small steps, we collectively make a big difference, especially when you start spreading these concepts into other communities. So please, it's time to take a stand against this ridiculousness. I don't know why we're okay with it. We couldn't do this content without the amazing people making our content possible on Patreon, our forum, and directly with Monero. All ways of supporting us are down below, and it goes a long way in making this content grow and expand so it reaches more people. Thank you all. Check out our recent video on how to stay private on a budget. Yes, as low as $0 a month, all the way up to $13 a month with all that laid out. It's a really cool video. See you there, and see you next time on Techlore. And again, you can make a difference.